it's Caroline. Welcome to my desk. I'm making a Halloween journal that I've been requested to make, and I've just started gathering my items. The request is for a soft cover, a fabric covered journal, so I'm using this mailing envelope that I had actually dyed. I didn't know what I was going to use it for. I did some eco dyeing, so I'm going to use this. I'm also going to use, this is an old piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm going to use this to cover the outside of it to make it not so white. I do not have a Halloween specific fabric, but what I do have from my stash, an old scarf. I'm going to use this because I think it's very fall Halloweeny looking, and I think we'll be using a lot of the inserts, a lot of the pages will be obviously Halloween themed. Okay, so I had a little bit of an afterthought and I cut it down the middle, the envelope, because I'm going to make it just a little bit of probably an inch or half an inch spine, because this journal is going to have only one signature, but I wanted it to have a little extra room for expansion. And it has a total of 40 working pages. And so for that reason, I thought at the last second, I'm going to give it a little spine. There is that's the outside, and it's going to be covered with fabric. I'm just taking the whiteness away. Just going to line this up here so that it's even. Yeah, so that's an inch. It's an inch wide. That's perfect. And I'm just digging into some scraps that I had for previous projects, and I happen to have this strip, which I think is going to be perfect. Let's see. Yeah, that's an inch now. You don't need to use this kind of tape. I just happen to have this as tuck tape, just a tape I bought at our local hardware store. And I'm going to try and do this without moving it, because I think once it's on here, it's pretty solid. And you can use masking tape. You could glue some strips of paper. But I have this and I would like to use it. So let's see if I can accomplish this. I will be able to work with that. This is all going to be covered. And the other reason I like using different types of materials is I like the crunch. That's what I wanted to say. Let's see if that is even. I'm going to burnish this down with my bone folder. I think I'll go not so sharp in there. I don't think this will cut, but like that. And then like that. That's exactly. Yeah, I'll probably just add this, because it will be getting sewn around. I'll just add a little extra here on the end. I thought it'd be fun just to share my process. Now I could flip this over, and maybe I will, so I don't waste this. I don't know what's going to go. I don't know what's happening here on the inside. I think I'll do that. I'll just leave it there, and a little extra another layer doesn't hurt. I'm taking out the other scrapbook paper that's the companion to this one, and I think what I'll do is I'll put that on the inside to cover the white, and it does have stripes there, but when I put this over the top, you'll see the stripes through here. This is a window, but it's just there for the crinkle effect. And let's do it right over top of this. A couple of layers of paper gives it a little extra body. It's really kind of crazy on the eyes here, but I will be trimming this away. I'm going to place the glue on the inside. I'm going to do the inside first because that's going to be my test run. I'm going to spread it around with my card. I'm going to be sewing around the edge, so I don't need to be too precious. Very transparent. Oops. Can trim it after. It's the next day, and I have glued my fabric to the journal, and there are a few little ripples. I like that texture. And I'm going to be sewing around the perimeter inside. You can see here where a little bit of the glue shows through. That's okay because I will be using something in here, a pocket or something to, you know, to hide these marks, and it'll be perfect. And I also have some other fabric that I might incorporate in there. I'm going to now sew around the perimeter, give it sort of lock in the edges. So now I have a sewn edge in the top, and the top over here and the right side are the finished edges of the scarf, of the fabric. And I did two seams around. I just left it quite messy because it's Halloween. And then the bottom I left with a little bit of just a little bit of a fringe, little fringy edge. And again, that's going to wear down a little bit. And I'll see how this is at the end of making the journal cover and the journal. I like the way that's taken shape so far. And I saved my little frayed threads because they have all the colors, and I'm going to use these clusters on some of the embellishments. I have some printables here that I took some from a free site, Free Pick, and this is one of them. I just wanted something bright, and I'm using my homemade tear ruler, and I'm just giving myself a little bit of a torn edge. And then on this edges, I will do some inking. Another printable. This one is from the Digital Collage Club. I'm just doing the edge here with my walnut stain, and I'm going to use a little bit of black. I just like to give it a couple of different colors. This is black, but it looks like it's gray. I'm going to be taking this sheet and backing it. I didn't print double side. And then I can go and get these edges, and then this will be one page. Let that dry. I'm going to do this one too. And it doesn't matter that the edges are inconsistent or bent or furled. To me, Halloween is about grunge. And yes, there are some nice bright colors just to give it. This is not a scary theme. All the different colors of brown. That kind of mimics that. Okay, that's fun. And then I'll glue this here so we have a little bit of an edge. I'm also thinking this could be, I can make this into a pocket. So these will be pockets on both sides. I'll just have to sew here, down the middle, and up, and leave these top parts open. That'll be a fun little addition. I'm going to use this as a piece of ledger paper that I purchased at it's a book that I bought brand new at the thrift store, but I coffee stained it. And I like the way this side looks here. I'm going to use this in the journal, but I'm going to keep it this size for now until I get it all together. And I'm going to use, this is from the Digital Collage Club also, but I'm going to put one on one side and one on the other side. And then I'll be able to, just to have something different like that, I'm going to use my tear ruler here in the middle for this. And I can ink those edges. And I'll glue that on. Just the big sides, the big edges. I have an orange marker. Maybe I should try that just for fun. Give it a little rusty look. Wonder how that would work. Let's try it. There's orange. Just little spots here and there. Well, I was spreading my glue and I ripped it, but it doesn't matter because it's supposed to look all grungy and tattered and all that. So I'll even give it a little extra emphasis on the tear. This is going to be on here. And anything that's lifting when I go through the book, I'll take my tiny nozzle and then just reinforce it if it doesn't have any stitching. This is not going to have any stitching on it. The other thing I'm going to do with this one is I want to make this one a little crooked because I think that's kind of fun to do that. And then this one's going to be on the inside like this. So then we'll have, yeah, like that. Okay. Any white curled edges I will also go through. Just getting my bases started here. This wants to fold over, so I can come in and might as well do that right now. Well, now I'm just doing some experimenting. I have my Rusty Water that I've reinvigorated. It's really gross, but I think this will work. I have some cheesecloth that I want to make rusty, rusty, orangey. And I want to, some of it's, I don't know how it looks on camera. I'm going to use some of this really cheap neon orange paint. I'm going to put a blob on the side. And I'm going to add some of this rust. Okay. Because I want to have some of this orange. This is for the front or the cover of my Halloween journal. I think I'm going to put some gloves on. So fun. First I was being careful, now I'm just blobbing it on. I'm going to open this up and see what we have. Different color. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I like this orange. I like the way that's turning out. I'm enhancing the edges of this printed wallpaper. And then this will be on the top. I think this is how I'm going to go with this. And then I have my cheesecloth. What I'll do to secure it is I'll put a seam and then I'll be able to glue this on because I still want this to stay soft, but it has a bit of structure, soft and structured. So I'm going to cut some of this off right now, or rip it. And I can put it in a way that's, there's some brighter orange there. Then you can see some of the pattern coming through. So I want the layers. And I also have some of this fabric. I'm going to tuck some of this under here for more layers. And I'm going to cut some of this off because it's too long. Let's give it some of that really frayed, undone look. I'm doing a flip through of the Halloween journal, junk journal that was requested. And I'm just going to share with you, here's the cover. I did all kinds of layers here with fabrics, and here's some cheesecloth that I colored to put on. Cut a crow out here, and this is from the Digital Collage Club. And then I added some black paint. The tassel that I made, here's an actual tassel that I had in my stash. I added it to a bulb pin, and then I just sewed and left it kind of rough to go with the journal. And I added the fabrics that I used in here, and I frayed them, and some string, some rickrack, and I just frayed it all and made it look really grungy. So that's in here. This can be taken off. Inside the front cover, I have put a panel of the flannel fabric that I sewed around, and then I also put a pocket in here. It's a nice heavy cardstock, and I sewed that and I glued it on, and then I made from scraps this pad of paper, and this is from this page. I sewed it, and then I added a little bit of a I added a staple, and then I put this piece of newsprint. It's from the New York Times. I made this paper myself with coffee dyed paper that I stamped all over. This print was also from the Digital Collage Club. Added a few little items here with a paper clip. I just cut that out and made it sort of a little insert this way, and I have a couple of tea bags that I put in here. This is a page that I printed off, and this is from Recrafted by Carol, and you can see that on her Etsy shop. And then I backed it with some of my tea-dyed, tea-stained paper. This is from a magazine that I had, and I just put it in here as a, you can journal on it with a white pen, or you can add it to something else. Made a little cluster tuck spot. Added, so my tabs are some of my leather that I have, and I just glued that on there. Added it to a piece of my ledger paper that I stained. Here's another item that I backed it onto some cardboard. Can be a journaling card. Just attached it with some thread. Here's a couple of, they're just postcards, little postcards, inked around and added with a paper clip, another tab. And on this side, I made a card, added this tag, I mean. This is from Stampington magazine. Added some magazine scraps. This was from Maremi Small Art. That was packaging from Maremi Small Art that I had ordered a while ago. And on this one is from Stampington magazine. Another little tag, a journaling tag. Just some paper to do some art or tear apart and make some little notepad or whatever you want to do. And then here's another page that's fun to add where you like. So lots of options for journaling, lots of areas, things to decorate with. There we go. Sewn around, backed with my tea-stained paper, little corner pocket with a cluster of fabric. This is my faux tea bag that I put a little journaling spot, and I just used a piece of fabric to use as a hanger, as a little place you can clip that on. A journaling card. So that can go like that. And then, so this one's not a spooky one, but that's a nice bright digital page with a tab that I made out of circles. To tuck these things, I made this pocket out of, this is, I don't even know where this is from, a book page. That's what it is, it's a book page. And then I added my own, a picture of my own flowers in there. And then I had made this little envelope, and then a piece of paper to journal on, and I just tuck that in there. Another fun place to journal on. This is Stampington. I made it into a pocket and I backed it with paper. And I used some of the scraps and made this journaling. You could use this as a belly band, probably this way. You could cut it, make a tuck spot or a pocket. So there's a couple different options here. Journaling spot, another tab with the fabric. And just a fun tuck spot with the journaling tag here. So this, oh yeah, I shouldn't pull that because if I flip this over, it's an actual an envelope that I made, and it's filled with goodies, little journaling circles and paper. That just hangs on here like that with a I kept this page long because this is from a magazine that I was harvesting from, a piece of art, and I thought that was really perfect for this journal. A spooky tree. I don't have the artist name in here. A couple more circles on my paper that I had rusted. This is the center of the journal. The owner requested one signature, and I just added these little scraps of metal jewelry. This one's a flip out, a couple of journaling cards, and I just put a little, corner holder. Just made that with some scraps too. This is a pocket that I made with some paper bag. I sewed around this image, and in here are all kinds of fun little die cuts that I had, all kinds of Halloween ones. This one here is a little witch hat. I just hung it here like that. I sewed around it, put this little card wizard, and that just sits in here, so you can use that anywhere. You can use it as a pocket, glue it on, clip it in, different things. This is a piece of orange plastic that I've had in my bag for quite a while, and it's perfect for in here. A little ruffle, some more journaling area. This is the other half of the Stampington page, and so there's a pocket, and I used this owl from the same printable kit and just backed it with some of my stained paper. Add a little sari ribbon here. And then this is blank, so a journaling spot. And this is a pocket that I had left when I made these, when I backed up this print. And I just used a piece of a Reader's Digest cover page. This is good to use as a journaling little writing area. Made this bat. Just an image that I found, a clip art image that I found online, and I used that to make a little journaling spot, just an addition in here. I folded it up like that, and then I used some more fabric that I had in my stash, a lacy tablecloth. Made another envelope from scraps from my Stampington magazine. And I added some of my cardstock that I had watercolored on. And so you can use those. And that goes in here. Little tab. Nope, that's the next page. Another journaling area. Fun page here to decorate. A tab that I stapled on, just some scrap. This is some, I topped this off with an eyelet and a piece of the leather, a little bit of string, just some journaling, fun journaling papers. And then, so this is a very autumn, fall looking, I think it's a Thanksgiving page, but I wanted to add that in there because it's for October. And here we are with more of the papers, a coupon that I had, so I just turned it into journaling spot, journaling card. The other part of my ledger. This is a moth that was on our patio door. I took a picture of it and I grunged it up. And that's the color it was. I did not alter it. All I did was grunge around this part here. This is the actual color, so it's perfect. Made this little cluster of envelopes with my scraps. And then it's a journaling spot on the back. And that's just tucked in there. Another tab from the leather. This is the other half of the pretty blue page, and I made a journaling tag with those fun images. And that's tucked in there. And there's the other part of my graffiti page that I made. And then the last page, so this has 40 areas to journal in. This is a journaling piece. It's not a card, but I just backed up this fun image of the leaves. This is my own. This is in my own stash. And then here's a fun area to journal on. I made a corner spot. There's my label. That just sits in there with a couple more little postcard journaling spots. Soft and textured. Crunchy. Halloween journal. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you're inspired with some of the ideas in here. These are always fun to make. I hope you all stay adventurous and stay cozy. Bye for now.